And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's second down. Throwing again on second down. Breeze. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a first and goal. Try to pound it in. Kamara. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time. Second and goal. On second and goal. Breeze. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Drew Brees, his second touchdown pass here in the opening quarter of this game. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now Trubisky on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Breeze now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. Looking to throw again on second down. Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. Now Breeze. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's second down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. To throw is Breeze. Now they go screen. It's complete. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big gain.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
The touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
Check. Bravo.
They'll go for it. It's Breeze. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Breeze toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. To throw, it's Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Bears. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. The 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, 96 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. So their backs were against the wall, deep back in their own territory, and they run it all the way down into the end zone.
That takes a lot of coordination for an offensive team, doesn't it? Because, let's face it, it's really not a surprise that they're going to run the ball in that situation. Backed up that close to their own end zone, you usually do call running plays, trying to be safe. Instead, it turns into an electrical run, a bolt for your team, and off he goes to the races.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester. That's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Breeze to throw on 3rd and 1. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 14 yards is the pickup, first down, New Orleans. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leonard Floyd. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Well, CD, with the end of the season comes the announcement of the All-Pro team, and everybody was like, wait a second, Christian McCaffrey's listed twice. Is that a mistake? No, he got it both at running back and flex. Pretty impressive.
Very impressive, because I think a lot of people thought that if you have a running back and a flex position, that maybe Christian McCaffrey would go into the flex because he catches the ball so well. And he would go ahead and elevate the big guy out of Tennessee, Derrick Henry, to the All-Pro running back. Henry ends up being a second-team guy, but McCaffrey deserves being first-team running back as well as first-team flex. He had a tremendous, spectacular year.
And as you might imagine, Baltimore leads the way. 5 players named to the All-Pro selection. Of course, leading the way for them, the quarterback. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
You ready? Go kill. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Smoke.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Escaping the pressure right. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Breeze now on first down. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Here's Breeze. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. On 3rd down, Trubisky. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Here we go on 4th down with Trubisky. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack. Breeze. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Got some real estate inside the 30. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Again, it's Kamara. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. So Breeze is going to stay out there. And they're going to go for this on 4th down. Breeze going to go on 4th down. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bears will get the football back. Well, with that incompletion, Charles, let's talk about the coaching carousel. Some new guys in new places. Ron Rivera to Washington. We got Mike McCarthy in Dallas. Matt Rule up from the college ranks to Carolina. And for the Giants, Joe Judge. Any surprises in your mind?
Well, I think you start with Joe Judge going to the Giants, coming from New England, where he was the special teams coach for most of his career, and this season added wide receivers to his duties. Well regarded within the ranks of the NFL. Not much known about him to the outside world. It's kind of a reveal to everyone. Joe Judge, people will now get to know who he is, because most people thought Matt Rule was going to go to New York. He ends up in Carolina. And then, of course, Ron Rivera, he would have been a candidate for Dallas. He would have been a candidate for New York, as well as Washington. And Washington never let him out of the building. That was a big-time hire for them.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Trubisky to throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on fourth down. Trubisky now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter. Throwing here, Trubisky. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Trey Hendrickson. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now Trubisky to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now it's Trubisky. And no, it's incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Saints will have the football back. So that's the second time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion trials.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually, you have 4th down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go, and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 right at the 30. They begin the drive on the ground with Cohen. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Trubisky hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Trubisky to Cohen out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. Now it's Trubisky. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. He's back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. And it's caught. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen in the final minute, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So what can the Bears do here as they'll go for 2? They're going to try and run for it. And he is in for the 2. I still can't believe they went for it, but they've got themselves a lead here late in the ball game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They only need a field goal. Obviously the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas with 4 seconds remaining. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. Now Breeze will bring the Saints offense up to go for 2 here. Here's a toss coming right. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points. And that helps. That gives them a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However,